What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Mannadium, a very powerful deck that's getting lots of steam thanks to some other content creators. Shout out Triff Gaming for making this everyone's radar, I guess. And we took it to a YCS, did quite well with it, and has been playing it online for quite a while now. So it's getting a lot of popularity. A lot of people are picking it up and definitely seeing what they can play against it. And on the right side here, we have Chimera branded, whatever you want to call it. This deck is like the new fusion deck of the format, I guess. You know, the illusion archetype is getting more support all the time. We see it in every single set now, which is pretty nice. You know, I really enjoy this archetype myself and cannot wait to see what else it gets into it. But before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 5K here, hoping to hit that before the end of the year. We are close at 4,200 and something. We need your guys' support. You know, the 2-year anniversary is coming up on the 26th here, which is quite exciting for us. But we're looking at a rolling here. We're going to be seeing, I believe that is a 7 on the side of the, okay, so both drawing a 7. That's now an 8 and a 4. So we're going to see the Mannadium players choosing to go first or second here. Most likely be going first themselves, you know, being a combo deck. We're going to see a Fenrir being special summoned out here, activating the effects. Going to be able to search. Now, this can actually search for the Scareclaw Chimera or a Fenrir copy itself, because Scareclaw Chimera can special summon himself out and then also be a Scareclaw, so you can link away for Lightheart, which is very good, as well as, you know, being able to use Scareclaw or the Reborn one. I think it's a rival to Reborn out. Back to Scareclaw being very nice here. We're going to be seeing them activate the one of the planets here to search for the Visas and activate a Calarium, another planet once again. Search for a Lightheart here. So now we have Lightheart and Visas in the hand. That is a level 4, as well as the Visas, which we'll be able to get into the big boys here. We're going to see them normal summon out the Lightheart. That's going to be able to search for the Obsession here. Then we're going to have Obsession in the hand. Revealing the Meek, drawing a card, and then we put one back at the bottom of the deck. We also see a Talents and a Meek in the hand here, which we're going to summon himself out. The Meek can be destroyed by the Visa Star Frost, which will trigger the Meek as well as the Calarium here. So we're going to be seeing the Meek being summoned out here, not using the effect of Calarium there, it looks like. Then we go straight into a Barone in defense position here. And then we're going to be popping that with the Barone. And then we're going to activate the effect of Meek once again, summoning itself out, and then the Calarium effect to summon out. And then we're going to be seeing that Meek become a level 4 here. We're going to be summoning out the Visas once again with the Arrival here. Going into a Samsara, searching for the reframing here. This is the Omni Negate. So now we have an Omni Negate with the form of Barone, as well as the Omni Negate in the form of the reframing here. So we're going to be able to beat like Dark Ruler no more, which being an insane card against this deck. We're going to be doing the Scareclaw Cache, summon it out, and then link it to Lightheart. Lightheart will be able to search. Now, this Droll is so crazy against this deck. But, you know, being able to link away or synchro away here, we're going to see them go for a copy of Splash Mage, or not Splash Mage, what am I saying? Cross Sheep. Then we're going to be banishing to summon out the Vicious, and then we're going to be reborning with the Cross Sheep, going into another copy of Meek. Then we can synchro summon once again into a Crimson Dragon tag out into Despotter here, because it can tag out into Barone, and then Barone will be able to, be a level 10, and then we'll be able to swap out, not using a Dragon. Then we're going to be seeing it reborn out the copy here of Visas, and then we're going to be linking away into a 3-mat Appaloosa here, and setting one card and passing turn. So we have 3-mat Appaloosa, reframing, Fenrir, Bestial Despater, as well as Brawn de Fleur, which can also tag out during the standby phase, if so needed. As well as 2 cards left in hand, one of them being the planet that will be able to search for the Scareclaw card, or a copy of the Visas here. So very, very powerful. And we're going to see Runick actually being activated here. Runick Destruction. Destroying the copy of the reframing. So we're actually not on branded. We're on the Chimera Runick build here. Interestingly enough. They're going to see Chimera Fusion here. It's going to be negated by the Barone. And they're just going to scoop it up there, realizing they do not have enough, revealing the deck. Oh, like, holy. Is there a world where maybe you just don't? I feel like maybe you have to at least try, or at least, like, if you don't activate Destruction, destroy the back row, they're going to absolutely chain it to the Chimera Fusion so that they leave. But maybe they're hoping the Chimera Fusion would go off and they'll be able to like order their chain links correctly so that they would be able to not negate like a card that matters. But you don't really know any of the other cards in the hand. They're kind of forced to negate the Chimera Fusion because then like they're like forced to better have something else, either another copy or like a normal to search it. And you still have like so many different ways with like not Barone, but the Appaloosa. I guess the only way would be like, okay, well maybe forcing out talents could be the option there, but I'm surprised they didn't set talents as well, because I had reframing and talents. So if they would have set talents, you know, the destruction would have had to be like a 50-50 chance there of hitting the reframing, and talents like wasn't necessarily going to be live, especially in the hand. But that would have left like one last card in hand, which we knew would have been the field spell. But diving on to game 2 here, we're going to be seeing Branded Fusion be activated. So we also are on the Branded, maybe cutting down on the hand traps for those Runick cards. Triple Engine here being pretty nice. Runick Live Twin Sprite was also a deck that, you know, didn't have that many hand traps, but Runick acted as the hand traps there. Dumping Albaz and the Hex Seal. Then we're going to activate the effect of Albion, banishing to summon out Dragoon. Setting up and negate on the second summon is quite nice. Dragoon being a powerhouse of a card as well, to this day still. Then we're going to activate the Chimera Fusion here. Going to be using the Beast, or the Gazelle and the Albion to go for a copy of the Magnus. And then we're going to be seeing the effect here of Gazelle. Going to be able to search for Mirror Swords Knight or Coatl. Then activate the Coatl effect here, which is going to search for the Mirror Swords Knight. I mean, that would have been punished by the Droll, but we don't have it. We can then normal summon the Mirror Swords Knight, activate the effect here, which will let us go into the Big Wing. Big Wing will be able to search for the Gazelle as well as the Chimera Fusion here. Then we can activate the Chimera Fusion if we wanted to, or we could potentially even set it and then activate it for the following turn. We are going to be activating the effect of the Chimera Fusion, going for the King here, and then Bephermat will be able to summon back out, and we can also add back with the Chimera Fusion there. But we'll be able to rip a card from the hand if we wanted to as well, which is pretty nice. Then we're going to be seeing the effect of Magnum to shuffle back and then draw one. Then we see a Flashing Fire to summon. Summoning with the Hugin here, activating the effect, discarding a Slumber to search for the Fountain. Then we're going to activate the Fountain here. Then we're going to activate a Slumber here, once again banishing the top 3. Then we activate the effect of the Fountain here to draw 3 here, which is pretty disgusting. Then we're going to go end phase, not even setting the Chimera Fusion. That's so weird to me. Then we're going to go draw phase, activate tip here. Searching for destruction. Then we can activate the effect of the Mirror Swords Knight, going for Big Wing. And then searching for Chimera Fusion as well as the Gazelle. I'm surprised we didn't set the Chimera Fusion. I think that definitely is a misplay there. Because when we could go into like a copy here of the Guardian Chimera at any time that we want. We're going to see the Magnum banish the Branded Fusion to destroy the Planeteer, which will not activate the effect. We have a second Planeteer, which is very good. You're going to be able to search for the Lightheart. or a copy of the of the Visas. It's pretty good, to be honest. We have the normal summon with the Scareclaw here. That will be able to search for the Scareclaw arrival. But we're going to be banishing, or we're going to be negating with the Mirror Swords Knight here, which is fine. We're going to activate the Visas to try to destroy the Scareclaw to summon itself out here. Which is going to resolve, it looks like. Or it just summons itself out because we have one, okay. Then we're going to go for a Chaos Angel that will let us banish a card. I mean, you kind of have to Dragoon negate this. I'm going to see them negate with the Coatl, and then we're going to be activating the effect here of... It does target, so it will be able to negate. We're going to be seeing the effect here, destroying it and banishing the top three. We're going to be clearly activating another copy here of the of a Runick card, or else we would have been drawing off this. We're going to see the effect here of Arrival, summon back out the Visas, link away into Lightheart. Lightheart will be able to search if we have a target. There is a world where there's no targets there. There isn't any targets, okay. We're going to be banishing here for Vicious Astrolabe right away here. Vicious Astrolabe is going to be trying to activate its effects. To try to pop the Magnum here. We definitely just chain Dragoon, right? Like, we can't be that afraid of the last card in hand. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're winning this one regardless. Dragoon negate, pitch the Chimera Fusion. We have double of it. Or do we just not care? We're just not caring about... Okay, so Magnum will be dying here. Then we're going to go battle phase. No way, Vicious is bigger than... I actually have not looked at these cards. Vicious is 3,000, so it will crash. We're going to activate Slumber here. And we banishing, and then we get to draw 3, hoping that maybe we draw into something good. And they're just going to scoop it up there, you know, knowing that our opponent does have full control over this board. Yeah, we were definitely not losing that one, for sure. That's like a complete control game. We have so much set up with Dragoon still, you know, being on the field. But not having that Dragoon be bumped up is pretty important. But moving on to game 3, we're going to be seeing Mannadium going to be choosing to go first here. Will the Chimera deck be able to play enough like hand traps? I feel like that's like kind of the downfall of when you throw in like a multiple engines, like we see the Runicks. They take up so many slots in your extra as well as your main deck. So you kind of lose some of those flex spots with the like hand traps that you could play. I'm just wondering why we didn't set the Chimera Fusion to go into a Guardian Chimera. I mean, there is a chance that maybe we're just not playing Guardian Chimera anymore, but that seems like extremely wild to me. I feel like you absolutely have to play that card. The card's insane. But I could be 100% wrong, you know. I guess you have like a lot of destruction with... Well, no, because if you're playing Guardian Chimera, then you're getting like 7 draws. Or I guess 5 draws. Then you get your 2 searches off of Big Wing. You also get your Mirror Swords Knight Summon. So you're really just getting like going 9 into your deck essentially at that point, which is kind of crazy when you think about it that way. Like being able to search your deck if you have like just Mirror Swords on the field, that itself is like a air quote +3 from your deck. You're removing 3 of your cards, one of them being a brick, and then searching for 2 cards, which you can normal summon and use the next turn. So it's automatically a +2, and then you just take out 1 brick, and then being able to draw 2 more cards off of that with the Chimera Fusion. That's 4 cards, and then having the +3 with like putting back 3 good cards from your deck or into your deck with the Runick stuff, so you can like just slowly control the game. Like you're going +7 just off of 2 cards there. I guess 3 cards if you count any of the, you have to count the Runick Fountain, but really any kind of Runick cards get you into that, as long as you're able to search for multiple ones. If you only have 2, you can just go, only go +6 instead of +7, which is like, oh no. But diving here into game 3, we're going to be seeing Mannadium going to be choosing to go first here, starting off with a Calarium, which we are going to be seeing them search for the Lightheart. Is there going to be a Droll on res? There is not. So we're going to be probably seeing the Mannadium. It doesn't look like there's any like hand traps in the hand of the opponent here. Normal summoning out the Visa Samara. A new card from the Age of Overlord, which is very good. Then we can summon out the Torrid here. I know that Torrid has now been cut, but we're going to be seeing it in this situation being summoned out. Then Lightheart will be able to activate the effect, popping the Torrid. And then we're going to be seeing the Lightheart going to be able to search, and as well as Meek being summoned out with the little red ball there. Then we can search for, is that Obsession? And then we go for the copy here of Excel. Then we're going to be going into a copy of Barone here with the Meek onto the field already, so we could just pop it if we wanted to. We do have the Obsession here to pop instead. Popping the Meek, and then that will be able to summon or search for the copy of Reframing. That's huge. And then we can actually activate the effect here of the Meek to summon out itself, and then we can summon out a level 4 of copy of itself. With the Calarium as well as itself, wherever it is. And we have the Barone negate still. Then we're going to be activating the effect there. Oh, we're just showing how we got the Meek onto the field. Okay. We're going to be banishing here to summon out the Vicious Astrolaud. So choosing not to go for the Cross Sheep line first. Going into the Crimson Dragon, going into Despater. Despater bring back the Visas. Then we're going to go into a Lightheart. Lightheart we'll be able to search here for the next planet. Planet activate here. Searching for the Scareclaw. Scareclaw summon. Search for a rival here. And then we get an additional draw as well, I believe, which we are going to be getting because we have 3 monsters or more in defense position here. And we draw into a Droll and Lockbird. That is so free. Drawing into those hand traps when you have a board set up is just absolutely amazing. We also see an Imperm in the hand, so we have Reframing Imperm, which means that any of those Runick cards that do destroy, which I do see in the hand, will be hitting like I guess, we'll be hitting multiple cards. Hitting an Imperm or a Reframing isn't that bad at all. We'll kind of be able to control what we're going to be summoning there. Then we're going to summon the Trish one, or I guess whatever you guys want to call her, the Kikalos of the deck. And that just summons back out, going into the Visa Samara, and then we get to search here, searching for another copy of Calarium, because we already searched for the Reframing there. And I'm not sure where we go from here. We're going to link away for a Cross Sheep, perhaps? And then there's no way we just set pass, right? Okay, we are going to be banishing once again here, going for the second copy of Vistra Astrolaud. Then Astrolaud's going to be, or Cross Sheep's going to summon out the Meek. Then we get the Synchro Summon once again into a copy of... Or do we just link away for... Going into a Cheng-Yang here. This could be big against Runick because every time they banish a card, you get to pop 2, or I guess not pop 2, but banish 2. Then we get to set 2 cards here and pass turn on this with the copy here of the Arrival in hand here. And we draw into a copy of Chimera Fusion, I believe. So we have 4 or 5 forms of interaction here. We're going to activate the effect to target the back row to destroy. Destruction, it is the Imperm, then we have to banish the top 4. We do unfortunately see a Visas being banished. That might come up in the future here. Then we see a Chimera Fusion being activated here. We're not going to be negating it. I mean, do we have a fear of the Guardian Chimera? Not really, because of the fact there's nothing on the field. So we are going to be negating it, though. I don't really know what we're worried about. We're going to see another Guardian Chimera, so it doesn't really matter here. Our Chimera Fusion. They're going to be activating it, pitching the Albaz as well as a copy here of the Gazelle. That can go for a Rinbrum. Into the extra monster zone, which is probably a misplay because we do not want... Like, we kind of want to summon out our copies of the, whatever his name is. Like, we want to be able to summon out Huggins. We're going to see the Scareclaw Cashier being summoned out here by banishing, which will be able to trigger the Cheng-Yang here. But Gazelle will be able to search here for the Coatl. Are we going to Droll on res? They're going to activate the Cheng-Yang here. They're going to be chaining the Rinbrum. And we definitely just chain the reframing, or no? That way we banish it. Or I guess we could shuffle back with the Spotter, but I feel like reframing is just a better option there, for sure, right? And they look like they only have 2 cards in hand, or 3 cards in hand. We are going to be flipping the reframing there, negating it, or then we're going to be seeing the Cheng-Yang banish. Probably banishing the copy of Rinbrum there, so it doesn't summon the Albaz. Then we're going to be seeing the Coatl effect going to be activating here, searching for the Sword Knight, and then getting hit with the Drollin Lock. And we still haven't activated the Spotter yet. And they have 2 cards left in hand. It does not look too good here for the Chimera deck. You know, normal summoning Mirror Swords Knight, it will most likely not win us the game, especially when we cannot search. We have to pretty much use it on their opponent's turn. But if we do that, then you know we're gonna be just setting and passing. Wow. And then we'll have to attempt to activate the effect here in the draw phase of the Mirror Swords Knight. Then we're going to be chaining reframing here, putting back 3. That will let us search for the Big Wing, but it doesn't do very much. You know, Big Wing will be able to search for the Fusion, but we can just chain Cheng-Yang here. So we are just doing that to chain Cheng-Yang, so Cheng-Yang can banish the Rinbrum or the Albaz. Oh, that's actually kind of smart, and then it can get rid of the back row or the monster on the field, depending what they search. They're pretty much forced to chain, but we're going to be chaining the Rinbrum here. Or they're just going to let it go. Okay, no, so they did chain the Rune Brim. Okay, banishing to summon with the Albaz. Then we're going to be banishing the Coatl and the Albaz, so Albaz can't activate here. And then we can go main phase, Baron, attempt to pop. They're forced to chain, like, but they're just not going to be able to win here, because if they just chain this on the Slumber, banish the top 3. But now they're just on 0 cards, right? We're going to see the planet pop, and then we can just simply go battle phase and win here, right? Canoe Clarium, and the game is going to be over on the Lightheart. Summon out Lightheart, and then we're going to be able to go into the Appaloosa. They're going to go battle phase and just attack for game. That was something else, you know. Being able to set up a full board, not seeing any hand traps is definitely rough. The Runick cards aren't great into the Mannadium board, but we did see in that game too how crazy it is, you know, when it's going first, drawing out that many cards. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Want to see some more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.